Today, we are diving into the absolutely wild story of an impossible visitor to our solar system. It's an object named 3I/Atlas. And let me tell you, this is not just some random rock. It's a messenger from deep space and deep time, and it might just be carrying secrets from before our world even existed. Let's get into it. So, right off the bat, the huge question was, what is this thing? Is it just another comet zipping by? Or is it something more? A time capsule, maybe? Something holding clues to the ancient history of our galaxy? Honestly, that's the mystery we're going to try and unpack. So, the whole story kicks off one night in July 2025. A network of telescopes called Atlas spots this faint little dot moving across the sky. At first, they probably figured it was just another asteroid. But there was one little detail that changed everything, and it all came down to its speed. Now, to really get why this was such a shock, you gotta remember a super basic rule of our solar system. Think of it like a cosmic racetrack, right? The closer you are to the sun in the middle, the faster you have to go. It's just a fundamental law of gravity. And you can see that rule right here. Look at Mars, kinda cruising along at 24 kilometers per second. Earth, a little closer, is doing almost 30. And then you've got Mercury, right up next to the sun, absolutely blazing at almost 48 kilometers per second. It's our fastest planet for a reason. And this was the speed that the Atlas telescopes clocked for our mystery object. 58 kilometers per second. Instantly, you can see that something is very, very wrong with that picture. So, here's the kicker. This thing was way out in the cold, dark space near Jupiter's orbit. And yet, it was moving way faster than Mercury, our fastest planet, which practically hugs the sun. A speed like that out there, it's just not possible for anything that belongs to our solar system. This was the smoking gun. This was absolute proof that our visitor was from interstellar space. And that is exactly how it got its name. The 3I tells you it's the third interstellar object we've ever found, and Atlas gives a nod to the telescopes that spotted it. A pretty simple name for a deeply, deeply strange object. But its impossible speed? That was just the beginning. As scientists started looking closer, they realized 3I Atlas wasn't just another interstellar tourist. No, this thing was in a class all by itself. And just look at this comparison here. Our first two interstellar visitors, Oumuamua and Borisov, were pretty small. But 3I/Atlas, it's a giant, over 5 kilometers wide. It was also traveling at roughly double their speed. And check out the entry path. The others kind of dropped into our solar system from above, but 3I/Atlas shot in directly from the side. A cosmic bullseye that is just a wild coincidence. And get this, by tracing its path back through space, astronomers figured out it came from a part of our galaxy called the thick disk, a really sparse, ancient area full of old stars. And that origin gives it an estimated age of 7.6 billion years. That is almost twice as old as our own planet. So this isn't just a rock, it's a genuine relic from the early days of the Milky Way. But the real head-scratching started when scientists began analyzing the object itself. Its physical properties and the way it behaved, well, it didn't just break the rules, it was like it was playing a completely different game. I mean, it presented this series of impossible puzzles. First, the light that reflected off its gassy coma, it scattered backwards, towards the sun. It's called negative polarization, and the amount they saw from 3I/Atlas was the most extreme ever recorded. Ever. Second, its coma had nickel, but weirdly no iron, which should always show up together. And third, the one that really bends your brain, its tail. So, a comet's tail is made by the solar wind pushing stuff away from the sun. It should always point away. But when 3I Atlas first came into our system, its tail was pointing towards the sun. This analogy is perfect. It's like standing in a storm and having your hair blow directly into the wind. It's a phenomenon that we still have no solid explanation for. So, after putting on this cosmic magic show, 3I/Atlas has swung around the sun and is now heading back out into the void. It is leaving us with so many more questions than answers, but we do have one last, very brief window to say goodbye. In December 2025, it's going to pop out from behind the sun's glare, which will give our telescopes a chance to see how its close pass might have changed it. Then, on March 16th, 2026, NASA's Juno probe gets one final shot to grab an image as it speeds past Jupiter. And after that, it's gone. It'll disappear back into interstellar space, and we'll probably never see it again. You know, the story of Three Eyes/Atlas is just this powerful reminder that our solar system isn't some isolated island. It's a crossroads in a vast ancient galaxy. This one object has completely rewritten what we thought was possible, which leaves us with a pretty tantalizing final thought. If a 7.6 billion-year-old messenger just passed through our backyard, what other mysteries are out there right now heading our way? Right?